What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Tammy Talks here. All right, y'all. Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 5. Russell Stones will break your bones. Let's talk about it, y'all. So the episode picks up right where the last one left off with Kobe and Russell leaving after Brandon called her a Kobe cat, which apparently is just a grossly derogatory term the way that Russell and Kobe and LaToya are acting. So LaToya feels that what Christina is doing isn't right. And if Christina feels that Kobe is copying her, then she needs to take that up and talk to her about it. Christina said, I didn't say that. Brandon did. Again, we saw, was it episode 1 or 2, when Brandon said that, Christina said too, she did not feel that way. LaToya is like, well, what have you said to Brandon to make him think that? LaToya is picking sides. It makes me think LaToya is mad at Christina for how she behaved at her opulence wine tasting, which she has every right to be. So LaToya is using this as an opportunity to take Kobe's side. Christina said, I didn't say anything. He's looking at things and gathering his own opinion. I never said that I think that Kobe is copying me. Christina then said that nobody is being fake because LaToya feels that it's fake that Christina didn't go after Kobe. LaToya then was like, it's fake that the conversation was even brought up. Kobe brought the conversation up. LaToya don't like Christina, y'all. That's what this is. LaToya does not like Christina, and instead of LaToya being real about it, she's using this opportunity to get on and do all this bad talking and make it seem as if Kobe is this huge problem. Christina is this huge problem when she's not. I'm going to say it again. Christina is not obligated to let Kobe jump in on an existing collaboration of hers. She's not. It is asinine for LaToya and Kobe to think that. So Christina told her, I wasn't yelling. I was trying to explain to her, you cannot come in on somebody's existing collaboration. You are not entitled to do that. Whether we're friends or big sis, little sis, however you want to put it, you are not entitled to do that. I had some comments that were like, well, Christina's acting like she's the only influencer. She's not. Christina has a deal. She already has a partnership. She is not obligated to let Kobe come into her existing partnership, especially when there's money that's going to be exchanged. Why should she go from having a deal herself to sharing it with Kobe? Because again, if Kobe wanted them to collab with that, Kobe would have called Christina and said, hey, I'm thinking of pitching something to Purple Ray. Do you want to come in on this with me? Kobe didn't do that. Kobe went to Harper Ray to pitch the deal for herself. Harper Ray told her Christina already has a deal. We're working on a partnership collaboration with Christina. If you want to go in on that with her, give her a call. Y'all are missing that point. I don't think Christina's doing anything wrong outside of the fact that Christina should have picked up the phone and called Kobe and said, hey, I already have this deal. This is not a partnership. This is not a collaboration. I want to share. That's all Christina had to do. But the act of her not wanting to do it, I think she's well within her rights to pick and choose which of her deals she wants to share. So Brandon then said that this is not the first time that Kobe has done this. And Christina is like, no, let me handle this. Let me speak for myself. I'll take control of it now because Brandon done did too much. LaToya feels that Brandon is inserting himself. So LaToya, you are seeing this with them eyes, Dr. LaToya. You're seeing the issue and you are still putting this on Christina. LaToya don't like her, y'all. LaToya don't like her. So Brandon's in his confessional. I'm trying to have my wife's back and I think I can't win because you caused all of this. You caused all of this. Kobe's outside in her car crying. You know, she's one of those people that cries when she's pissed off, when she's very upset. Anthony tells Russell, because they all leave, Anthony tells Russell that he would have went upside Brandon's head for disrespecting his wife. So should Brandon have went upside your head when you've been calling Christina insecure? When you've been saying that Christina is all but ruining Brandon's career? That's not disrespectful. That's not disrespectful. Anthony is a bandwagon ass nigga. That is what him and Latoya are doing. It is what they're doing. So Kobe then said that they are fake, talking about Brandon and Christina, and to capture that on TV because that ain't who they really are. I don't know them, so I don't know how they really are. So I'm gonna take your word for that, Kobe. So Christina's at the storage unit. You know, remember on the last episode, Chelsea asked her to make her like a little outfit. So she's telling Chelsea about what happened with Kobe. She mentions the whole sip and see, said that the very next day Kobe planned to sip and see, and then now this whole situation with Harper Ray. Christina says that she feels bamboozled and that Kobe Kobe is just expecting Christina to let her in on the collaboration. Chelsea was like, it seems like entitlement. I agree. Christina said that she hasn't reached out. They haven't reached out to her. Nobody has really talked, and she doesn't feel like she should reach out first because she doesn't think she did anything wrong. So Chelsea is like, be the bigger person and call her. Christina don't want to. Christina's not going to call her until she's already had her event with her parade and the collaboration has happened. Then Christina will call her. She ain't calling before that collaboration. I tell you that now. Anthony has a meeting for his fake Million Man March, right? And Brandon's outfit was tacky. You coming into this meeting with, you're talking about these are movers and shakers. You come in with some very distressed shorts. We should not be seeing that much thigh at this meeting like this. And then you have a t-shirt on that is full of Christina's face. Tacky. As soon as he walked in, Russell was like staring at him. We gonna talk. And I'm like, y'all are doing a lot for being called a Kobe cat. Is it me? Is it me? I don't think that was that big of a thing. Not to the fact where y'all about to be fighting over it. I don't copy nobody. If you, whatever, and then you be done with it. This is too much over being called a copycat, sis. Anthony is talking about this damn Black Men's Movement March. Nobody knows what it is. You want to teach men how to be men and how to stand up for themselves. It's given incel. It's given I hate women. It's given little weirdo. But if that's the movement that y'all want to have, go for it. At the end of the meeting, Anthony's talking to Russell, Brandon, and Bravo about the skating rink. Anthony is dragging this. He keeps bringing this up to cause dissension, and I think it's because Anthony wants to do this showcase by himself. So the easiest way that he can do this was cause dissension. Let's get everybody fighting and chaotic. So then that way I can say that Brandon isn't trustworthy and loyal, and then I can cut him out of it. That's where my mind went. So they're talking. Russell tells Brandon if he was not saved, he'd have broke every bone in his body for calling his wife a copycat. You'd have think he called her a bitch. You'd have think he called her a see you next Tuesday. You'd have think he called her a hoe. You'd have think he called her a jump off. He called your wife a copycat. But see, a hit dog is going to holler. So somewhere deep down, Russell and Kobe know that they've been low-key, or that she has been low-key, maybe somewhat going a little past inspiration when it comes to Christina. But okay. So Russell feels that as men, it is their wife to set an example for their wives. It's their job to set an example for their wives on how to behave in public. Now he feels like he can't trust him. Trust. Okay. He doesn't want Brandon around him, Russell. Russell doesn't want Christina around Kobe. Russell doesn't want any of them talking or anything. You got to say anything to my wife, you come through me. I said, dang, because he called her a copycat? Y'all let me know in the comments, is being called a copycat that deep? Is it that deep? But okay. He then tells them that we were going to have this party. Y'all ain't invited to the party. Brandon apologizes, said he regrets it. He shouldn't have said it. But in his confessional said that he meant whatever he said. Okay. If you meant it, all right. So Brandon and Christina, they're out at some water, and they're celebrating the anniversary of his father's death. Brandon's parents divorced when he was 13, didn't have the greatest relationship with his father then, now does not have the greatest relationship with his mother. Christina wants him to work on that because she feels that that is affecting his relationship with her as his wife. Brandon doesn't have emotional intelligence. He doesn't have emotional maturity. He doesn't know how to communicate effectively with people. So that is all spilling into the treatment of his wife, which is going to eventually spill over to how he communicates with his children as well. So he tells her that, Russell said he was going to break all the bones in my body. So they then talk about how Russell uninvited them to the birthday party. Christina says she wasn't going anyways. She does not like the fact that Kobe came at her the way that she did. She felt that she thinks Russell's going over the top, which I do too. You can defend your wife, but I think they're going a little above and beyond with this whole situation. So Brandon then wants to know if they're going to stay friends with them. I mean, damn, talk it out. Like, why is it y'all had a situation and then now 2 days later we ain't friends with them no more? Y'all are adults. Talk about this situation. Talk about it. If at the end of that there was no resolve, then you make that decision. But to do it now, it seems very premature. So Anthony, Bravo, and Brandon are meeting up to talk about this showcase. So Brandon tells Anthony that he thinks Russell did too much. And Anthony is like, well, he was just defending his wife. I can't have nobody disrespecting my wife. You disrespect people's wives. The issue is that Brandon don't respect his own wife. But you, Anthony, you have definitely disrespected Christina damn near every episode. So we find out that Anthony and Bravo have been having meetings about the showcase without Brandon. So they have already planned everything. They got the venue, they got all this type of stuff. They are even down to even having the talent. Brandon feels that he should be the one in charge of getting the talent because this is what he does. I do the talent, so this is what should be happening. And they're like, well, we need to include Mix, who I guess is a DJ, because he wants to be hands on with the talent. Brandon, this ain't your showcase no more, babe. This is Anthony and Bravo's showcase, right? So Anthony tells him, well, I just don't know if I can trust you because of how you're treating your friend's wife. What about how you treat your friend's wife, Anthony? Like, am I the only person seeing the hypocrisy in this? So Anthony leaves. He has a meeting, and Bravo is talking to Brandon, and Bravo was like, why are y'all having these meetings without me? And Bravo was like, you know what? I knew that y'all weren't talking, so I just kept on moving forward. And I'm like, it's literally been like 3 days, hasn't it? Y'all been planning this without Brandon. This didn't just happen now. Y'all been planning this without Brandon because there is no way that within these 3 days from the skating rink, and I think 3 days is being generous, but there's no way within those 3 days that y'all have already went and got all this stuff into play. Y'all been planning this without him. Been planning this without him. Anthony says in the confessional, we are moving forward with the showcase with or without Brandon. Basically on some, this is my showcase and I'm going to keep doing it the way that I want to do it. And I guess Brandon, you just brought up Brandon just to be bringing it up with him. I don't get it. We get the day of Kobe's party. She don't look happy when she walks in. She said that she doesn't like surprises, but it's a very, very nice setup. So while they're there, she's hoping that there's no drama, but then you proceed to talk about what happened at the skating rink, and you want to talk about the drama, but I guess we got to show the film. So Latoya and Kobe are there. Latoya and Kobe are talking. Kobe brings up the skating rink. Feels like Christina has the spirit of manipulation. I like Kobe. I do. But if anybody's being manipulative, it's you, Kobe. Because now you are trying to make everybody think that Christina is in the wrong because she won't let you in to her existing partnership. So Latoya is like, I just don't want to be around them. And it just doesn't make sense why, Christina wouldn't at least reach out. Why isn't Christina here? Well, Christina's not here because your husband didn't invite him. And Russell was sitting there nodding like, yep, they haven't talked to us either. You literally told Brandon not to stay away from y'all. See, that's the part that, that's the piece that's missing in this conversation. So Latoya and Kobe are talking, and Christina didn't do this, and granted she didn't, but Christina hasn't reached out, and Brandon hasn't, completely, I guess, negating the fact or just not knowing that Russell told Brandon, both of y'all stay away from me and my wife. So let's say that Brandon did go home and tell Christina that. That's why Christina wouldn't have called. But okay, Latoya's picking sides, trying to make it seem as if I just don't like drama. Girl, you're aiding and feeding into the drama right now. You are. I told y'all Latoya doesn't fit this show. She really doesn't. You can't say you don't like drama, but then you come onto a Carlos King reality show after watching the first two. After watching Huntsville and DC and then Bell Collective, what makes you think that this show would not have drama that you would be around? Think, Dr. Latoya, think. So Anthony, she would say, well, Anthony's not here because he's meeting up with Brandon and Christina. So I just want to get this straight. You choose during the party. You don't think that's disrespectful to your friend or disrespectful to your friend's wife to skip her birthday party to go meet up with the people they have beef with? Meanwhile, Anthony is over at the party telling them that Latoya is at home with the kids. Does Anthony not notice she's at the party? Like, what is going on here? What is going on? So Latoya is saying she didn't want to go because she felt like they were being fake. I just don't want to be around them. Okay, Toya. Okay, Latoya. So Brandon, Christine, and Anthony are meeting up. And Anthony said he wants all the fellas to get along so they can, clear things up. I said, so you don't care about the women. You want your boys. Okay. So Christina said, well, even though Brandon called Kobe a Kobe cat and he shouldn't have done that, she was calling me fake and selfish too. So he's not the only one that was calling names. And Anthony chooses to ignore that. I'm telling y'all, it's something to the fact that they just don't like Brandon and Christina. Right? Are Brandon and Christina a mess? Yes. But let's not act like their blow-ups in public have not been because one, Kobe brought up the artist, and then two, Anthony called Christina insecure and brought up the fact that they were at the club. So it's not like they're fighting just to be fighting in front of people. It is because somebody from these other two couples is saying stuff and getting shit hyped up. So Christina said, I also feel like Latoya has a problem with me because it's given y'all are kind of on their side and on the bandwagon. Anthony said, well, Latoya just doesn't want to be out and acting a fool and getting loud. Christina said, I wasn't the one yelling and causing the scene. That was Kobe, which it was. We then see Kobe talking to Latoya at the party. We're both influencers. We both can do things. We don't even have the same aesthetic. But then they show side-by-side pictures, and it's given somebody is definitely inspired by somebody else. She then brings up how Christina's close to 40, so she should know better. Heifer, you just turned 30. You should know better too. I hate when people throw age into stuff like that. I hate when people throw age into stuff like that. So Brandon then brings up the showcase and wants to know how he got cut out. Anthony said, well, it's because I just don't trust you. And Christina was like, it sounds like you and Latoya are hopping on this bandwagon. So Anthony, we solid. We whole. We good over here. That does not have anything to do with getting on a bandwagon, sir. Maybe Anthony doesn't know what a bandwagon is. So then Anthony said he's not doing business deals with somebody that's snaking somebody else he's cool with. That was the end of the episode. That none of that made sense to me. Am I the only one confused? Am I the only one that thinks that Christina is not obligated to share her collaboration? She shouldn't be called fake and selfish for that, when really it's Kobe being entitled. Latoya don't like Christina, when Latoya should be checking her husband, because her husband is the one that started the argument at her wine event. Just being real. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, thumbs up the video, and then let's talk. Peace.